Right, folks, how are we all? It's a nice, warm, sunny day here in the East Midlands. Now, I've just seen on Twitter that Owen Jones is not happy with people who shop at Waitrose, which is fine by me because we have near where we live in a village called Mount Sorrel. Well, I say it's a village, it's more of a fucking city now through all the houses they're fucking chucking up everywhere, but Mount Sorrel has a Waitrose, and I have been using this Waitrose for quite a while now, so it quite pleases me that Owen Jones distances himself from Waitrose shoppers. I have been using this shop now for quite a while. They have a lovely array of items to buy. They have milk and cheese and meat, beef, pork, chicken. I'm sure they do liver. And it's a great little shop to go. It's a little bit on the expensive side in some parts of the shop, but it's brilliant. So what it is then, if you don't know Owen Jones, he's a certain ilk of knob. He isn't a flag-waving patriot of this country. He's far from it. He has a massive fucking chip on his shoulder. He's got a bigger chip on his shoulder than I have. He likes to wind people up, and then when people do actually go back and question him on Twitter or any other social media that he has, he quite promptly blocks them because he has the balls the size of marbles. Oh no, not marbles, because marbles are quite hard, aren't they? He has the size of those little fucking seedless grapes. I would imagine, I've not seen his testicles at all, but that is how I imagine them to be. Not very big, and he gets quite upset, really. He's a big fan on the Jeremy, he's not a big fan, he's on the Jeremy Vine show, so that again tells you all you need to know of Owen Jones, that he's associated with Jeremy Vine. But what it is really, this is one of the main things. After the politicians that have been stabbed, he's not happy about Kier Starmer, and he says he's basically called Kier Starmer a con man, a liar, and he wants people to go up and harass him if you see him. I personally am not in for this jumping into people's faces and being just annoying. If you got something to say, then go and say it, and be polite, be respectful. If I saw our MP at this moment, Jane Hunt from Loughborough, I wouldn't go and just jump in her face and get nose to nose. You would ask her questions and be respectful, because when all's said and done, respect is the name of the game, where Owen Jones doesn't seem to have any respect or anything. So he wants people to go up and harass him and film it. I honestly don't see the point in that at all. That is downright bullying in my book, because Owen Jones is a bit of a bully in theory, but he hides behind his, I don't know what he hides behind, his veil of fucking self-righteousness that he's always right. I won't say that I'm always right. I think what I say is right, but I know it's not half the time. I know I like to discuss where Owen Jones doesn't. He just likes the sound of his own voice more than I like the sound of my own voice. But what he did actually say about Waitrose was, I know, this is talking of Kier Starmer, I know his army of supporters online, the most tedious, ridiculous Waitrose customers that you'll ever come across. They think it's all fine because they don't believe in anything. Well, I believe that Owen Jones is a prick. So there's one thing that I do believe, and I would like to think that other people also believe that he is a prick as well. They made their entire political identity Brexit and stopping Brexit for years, and now support someone who advocates the hardest form of Brexit possible. Just because you shop in Waitrose don't mean you believe in fucking Brexit. I personally believe in democracy, and the democracy outcome was of Brexit, so that you now have to take the majority and go with Brexit. If you don't, you're just going to cause anarchy and everything. But I think that's what Owen Jones wants. And I think if there was ever anarchy on the streets, he wouldn't be actually on the streets. He'd be sitting in a nice warm studio or air-conditioned studio with Jeremy Vine talking about it and not actually doing anything. No doubt now somebody will send me something that's got Owen Jones running around doing something, but I can't honestly see it now. And I think you see, the thing is, well, you never know nowadays, but there was an actual picture of Owen Jones saying "suck cock for socialism" or something. I have no idea what that is about. So what I'm going to do, folks, I'm just going to walk around Waitrose and see what kind of people are actually in Waitrose. These tedious, what did he call them? Tedious, ridiculous Waitrose customers. So I'm going to take you in Waitrose, show you what's cracking off, see who that kind of people are, and go from there. So see you in a second. So that's the van lot. I do actually have the opinion that you could actually leave your van open in this place and not have it nicked. So let me get a trolley. So what kind of cars we've got here? We've got Saabs, we've got Beamers, we've got Range Rovers, Mercs, Audis, Transits. So we sell all kinds of stuff here, you know. I've bought some grapes because obviously I'm a healthy kind of person. You know, these people don't look particularly too ridiculous. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch off, do a bit of shopping, and I'll show you in a minute. So I'm still walking around and I'm still surrounded by ridiculous, tedious people. They're all over the place, look. Just ridiculous, law-abiding, tedious people. Unbelievable. We have, look, ridiculous, tedious staff there, just doing the job. There we go. Oh, look, more ridiculous, tedious people just going about the business. Just unbelievable. So still working my way around, and I'm still surrounded by ridiculous, tedious people. Unbelievable. All these ridiculous, tedious people walking around. And I'll just record the beer for the beer people around here. Whatever they are, they're all IPAs, so they all taste of piss. But there you go. Well, look, some more tedious people down there waiting to buy a coffee. I'll tell you what I want to do. Is there any more tedious people up here? You know, just going around their business. Oh, there's a couple. Take one of them for June. Yeah, it's just unbelievable. So, I've done my shopping. Oh, I found a tedious idiot. There you go. There you go. So all these people here, look, just idiots. Unbelievable. I am absolutely surrounded by ridiculous, tedious people. It's terrible. Honestly don't believe it. All these ridiculous, tedious people just going around around their everyday business, doing a bit of shopping. Unbelievable. Right, folks, so I don't know whether Owen was right or not there. All those tedious, ridiculous people in Waitrose doing their shopping, their everyday shopping, just going about their lives, doing what they do. Hold on, folks. Just doing what they do, and obviously Owen's got some grievance with law-abiding, everyday citizens who just do what they do. I don't think he's in any position to criticise anybody. I don't think he's fit to call people who shop in a place like Waitrose. I would say the people who actually shop in Waitrose have more in common with Owen than he actually realises. I would say they probably agree with most of his political stances. I don't know. It's just unbelievable that he can actually stereotype people. Right, just 1 second. Because there's a whole car park here and somebody's parked next to me and made it hard for me to get in my van. So, let's spin you around for a second. I can't say that there was anybody in there who was tedious, ridiculous, and whatever. It's just total bullshit again from Owen Jones, who's got a complete discard for anybody who might just think differently to him. He's basically just bullying his ways onto people who don't think like him. He doesn't like the fact that anybody else can have a different opinion of him. Just don't understand it. Anyway, folks, hope you've liked my little video. Weren't really a review, just an observation of Owen Jones. If you don't know him, if you've never heard of him, well, you've got two choices. You can either go and check him out, see what he says, and see if you agree, or just totally fucking ignore him. Personally, I would ignore him. I'd totally ignore him. Yeah, that's it. Put your comments down below if you agree with Owen or if you like Owen. If you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. I'm not going to judge you just because of that. Where Owen would probably judge you if you liked me, which is completely wrong. So, alright folks, laters.